Hello, hello. So today I'm going to channel an extraterrestrial and extra dimensional being who is going to answer some of the questions posted in the Bashar group. And I have Sabra with me who's going to help asking these questions. And together we are going to have a wonderful session. So let's get started. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council, and it is our pleasure to communicate with you in this way today.
Such an honor to have you here. If you're ready,
It is our honor as well.
thank you. If you're ready, I have some questions I'd like to ask the Arcturians.
Please, and do mention the names of the people if they are asking something specific, because it allows us to tune in to their specific energies in the absence of their voice.
Absolutely. So the first question is, when was the Pyramid of Giza constructed?
1796 BC.
Beautiful, thank you. This question is from Pat E. Hicks. I got laid off. Future job is the only thing. What do you see? What or would be great to see what you see matches, if what you see matches what I see.
There is very little information for us to be able to say anything in absence of the person. We cannot ask more questions to understand better how we can serve them. On a high level, we would say this: a lot of people on Earth are being laid off, and the general theme that is causing this is they wanted it. They were not pursuing their highest excitement, and this layoff is an opportunity for them to rediscover what gives them joy and truly pursue their purpose. And this is the same advice we would have for this person who has asked this question. This person has not been following their excitement, even if they felt they were. This is a sign for them to get more serious about being joyful and playful. That is all we have to say at this point of time.
Thank you. That gave me truth bumps on my body. So this question is from Daniel Matias. They say, can you please ask them details about what is going to happen in 2026? It is about a massive event on Earth. Many communities are talking about a massive event around the year 2026 and 2027. Some call it solar plexus mutation, and some think it's mass ET contact. Could you elaborate on that?
There are a couple of things that is mixed in this. We would address them one by one. One of the major events that you are going to experience and which we detect has a very high probability of occurring in 2026 towards the end, unless you upgrade your vibration as a human collective, is that we will be publicly making ourselves known. The other thing we wanted to clarify is what you call as solar plexus mutation also has been called the great solar flash. And this, we have explained this before to somebody else who had asked this question. We are going to do it again. Now, you understand the concept of parallel realities, right?
Mhm.
So just like this version of Earth, there are billions of other versions of Earth. And in one of those versions, this event is a possibility in the future. But given your collective vibration at this point of time, your probability of meeting that Earth, that version of Earth that experiences the solar flash is low. You can always change your probabilities to match that event. Now understand, a solar flash is harmful for the physical bodies. What most people confuse this is with the event that happened in the Essassani civilization, where the entire civilization was physically in such a state that it allowed them to experience a solar flash would put them into deep sleep, and they experienced a mass awakening and a mass ascension. That does not mean that's the only way humans on earth can experience ascension. Your earth's consciousness is also preparing for ascension, and there are different methods of ascension. So like we said, the probability for the solar flash event is less because the humans are mostly carbon based. And at this point, such an event will obliterate the human species instead of helping them ascend, unless you have already learned to master how to become non physical, which is, you could say, kind of paradoxical because in order to become that, you need to ascend. So it's like a cycle.
Mhm.
On your Earth, your current version of Earth, the highest probability is the hybrid children coming to Earth to help humans ascend. That is a higher probability. In fact, our descent on Earth is a preparation towards that reality. This is what we are going to say at this point of time.
Mm. Thank you. Marielle Fern asks, could you check for me if I'm to become a channeler myself? Marielle Fern.
We have very little information to answer person specific questions like these in our absence of their voice. We usually tune into their vocal frequencies, to tune into their energetics, to get an understanding of where they are heading. What we would like to say is, if this is your highest excitement, then please feel free to do so. There are many ways to channel. You can channel via automatic writing. That is also a form of channeling. You could also channel vocally like this channel is doing. There are other ways and shape and form of channeling, but do remember you're always actively channeling whether you realize or not. So this is what we have to say at this point of time.
Thank you. Kelly Keene. I'm a student midwife and was talking about walk in souls today. I would love to know about transitioning time, for instance. When babies take longer to transition, is it possible a different soul walked into their body? We've also had babies flatline and come back. Is it possible that a new soul came back into the body, or was the same soul
No,
in the ethers?
no, no. There is no concept of walking. No other soul can walk into your body. You have one body and one soul. What you know as a walk in is a complete shift in that person's nature and attributes before the event of walk in, which may give an impression that a different soul has possessed the body, but that is not possible. It is your soul which has decided to change and realign certain of its arrangements, so as to speak. Does that answer the question?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, that really resonated with me. So let's see. Uh, Agni, I'm gonna butcher this. Agni Kurmilavikit. Oh my God. So this is from Agni Kurmilavisut, maybe. The question is always that what would you tell humanity now? Where should we concentrate our energy? Some wise words for us.
The entire human collective will awaken when the awakening starts with the individual. So focus on only your highest excitement and not others. In other words, mind your own business. A lot of you might want to help others to find their excitement. Now, what we would like to say is you cannot teach others unless and until you have done it for yourself. So experience how it feels like to be in your highest excitement, and then you can help somebody else, because then you will know what are the pitfalls you can experience while you're trying to do that, what are the things that you can stumble across while it happens, and what are the benefits of being in that state. Because when you are in your highest excitement, it allows you to raise your vibration. And since humanity as a collective and also Earth as the planet consciousness is moving towards ascension, the only way to ascend is up, which means you become lighter. And the only way to become lighter is to expand and let go of the baggage, the resentment, the guilt, the shame, the grudges, the fights, the everything. In the separation, you are all one. And when you pursue your highest excitement, your brain and your body reaches the gamma waves, which is a very high frequency, which allows the synchronicity to bring you the things that allows you to continue to be in a state of excitement. And you become lighter, you expand, you become happier, and that is what is going to accelerate the ascension process for you. Now, remember, the ascension process for different people is going to be different. You cannot dictate or predict the ascension process for another. The only thing you can do is focus on yourself. When you are ascending and increasing your vibration, inevitably it will influence others to do the same. That's all we have to say for now. We cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Sometimes when we're pursuing our highest excitement, we come into blocks with our fears. So, is there any type of shadow work that you would recommend to really help?
Yes, 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 absolutely. What we have noticed as what you know as the extraterrestrial being, we have meetings and conferences just as much as humans do. And in our observation with and our interaction with the other beings who also have been helping humans and the earth ascend, we have observed that while our suggestions help you and you do listen to us, sometimes you really need human help, an expert who can guide you at every step. So, unlike what you might be hearing from the Bashar or the other channels, we, as you sending our transmission from this channel, would be more focused on guiding you to other humans who can help you with your problems
Hmm.
instead of trying to give the solutions ourselves, because in the past we have seen that has not worked, and a lot of people who have spoken to us have really not taken any steps because they really didn't have any guidance as to how to keep on the momentum.
Mhm.
So do your shadow work, do the work on your belief systems, most importantly, and let go of your fears and judgments, resentments, and any other emotion that is keeping you stuck in a lower vibration.
Mhm. Absolutely. So this is from Elizabeth Pillier de Tanorn. Is it possible to have a massive alien event in 2023? Also wondering about my health.
What we understand by a massive alien event is what we were talking about, that is highly probable in 2026. This year, there are more open contact and smaller bubbles with people who are ready and who have already achieved a vibration of 200,000 cycles per second or above. A lot of you are heading in that direction, and we would urge you to accelerate by working on yourself. Only doing meditations are not going to help. Only doing energy work and healing is not going to help. Most of you need what you know as therapy on earth. Please do that. It will accelerate the process.
Okay. When we
And regarding the health of that person, we cannot comment because we do not have sufficient information that we need to be able to answer that question.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Um, so when we're meditating and we find ourselves interacting with aspects of ourselves from other dimensions, from other planets, are we remote viewing these situations, or are we actually there? A part of us is there in that dimension.
When you say you are visited by other counterparts, we did not understand were they viewing you or you viewing them.
Um, for example, going into a meditation and setting your intention to go to a planet that you connect with or a star system, star nation, and then you find yourself interacting with a being from that star system, and you know in your heart this is an aspect of yourself that's living there in that place.
Yes.
Is this remote viewing? I mean, how can you explain this interaction? Are we there in some way in that dimension?
You are not exactly there. That being has chosen to come here to communicate with you. For
Mm,
most of you, this is the case. When you're remote viewing, you cannot interact with the things that you're viewing. It's more like a view only permission and not a edit only permission.
yeah. Okay. So this is from Nikki Lane. I need to know if the foothills of the Blue Ridge or Appalachian Mountains are a good place to start an eco village, or do they think elsewhere? And if so, where? Or if I should even try this at all. Mhm.
We would like to know more information as to what is meant by the word eco village, because different beings mean different things when they say eco village. We would need more details before we can answer that question.
I think it's a sustainable community. Um, yeah, I guess that's the best I can describe it. Do you need more information than that?
When you say sustainable, we would like to know more specifics as to what kind of sustenance, because on Earth you are already sustaining. So,
Mm,
how different would that be? We would like to understand more specifics to be able to give more accurate answers instead of giving a vague, high level answer.
yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Nikki. So here is our next question is from Esther Kwiatkowski. Can you please ask about the validity of the reincarnation trap theory and how it could be possible to enslave us on that deep a level if it's true?
we do not understand what is this reincarnation trap that is being talked about.
Like
What?
karma, having to come back to have a lifetime with your mother now as your sister so that you can clear that karma. So you
No, 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 there is no karma.
can,
There is no karma and there is no trap. You are choosing to be born because you want to experience an aspect of the source or all that is on this planet. This is planned by you. This is not a trap. This is not forced upon you. And there is no reincarnation if you know parallel realities. You are an aspect of the oversoul, which is experiencing itself. You want to know who you are, and you are creating who you are every moment by each thought, emotion, and action, a combination of all these three. So, who you are at this moment may not be who you are the next moment. And while you are experiencing it, not just knowing it intellectually, the source can also experience who it is through you because you are the source and source is you. So, there is no reincarnation like you traditionally know on earth, and these are some of the myths that we are trying to bust. For most of you, it will take some time for most of you to get over these outdated concepts.
okay. So when we pass, we can go anywhere we choose, and some of us choose to have more experiences on this planet.
Could you repeat that?
So when we die, we can choose to go anywhere. We're not tied.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are not tied anywhere.
Mhm.
Once you die, you are basically changing form, just like a caterpillar when it enters the cocoon and becomes a butterfly. Does it die? No, right? It just changes its form. It's not a caterpillar anymore, it's a butterfly. Death is a transformation, and that is how we would urge you to see it. You are simply leaving the body because your soul has learned and experienced whatever it chose to in your physical lifetime. And now it chooses to experience some more fun things as its original form or spirit in other dimensions, which are exciting in different ways.
Mhm. Would you like for me to read you a description of an eco village to go back to Nikki's question?
Sure.
Eco villages are small, self sufficient communities that live from and for their natural surroundings. There are mm, the inhabitants build societies based on cooperation, self sufficiency, renewable energies, and ecological materials. So, would building a community like that around the Appalachian Mountains be a good place to build?
Is there any water body nearby the mountains?
I do believe there is. Are you
The
recommending?
ideal the ideal combination would be a mountain and a water body close to the mountain, and the village being between the mountain and the water body. That would be an ideal configuration with lots of nature or natural plants and trees around.
Hmm, okay. Thank you so much. We have private personal questions now. So
Go
thank you.
ahead.
Okay. So this is from, well, Abby Nath. I will appreciate some guidance on two things. I want to channel, number one. Number two, I want to manifest financial abundance. I feel I'm missing.
Let's go one by one. Let's take the first question.
Okay.
The very reason you are desiring to channel is because now it is time for you to channel. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking that question.
Mm,
The question is, how serious are you about it? Do you feel an excitement to pursue it right now? There was a time when this channel had been suggested for channeling, and she completely ignored it because that was not her highest excitement at that point of time. When the timing was right, she felt intense excitement and was drawn to it. So we would urge you to notice how you feel when you think of channeling. If it is your highest excitement at this point of time, we would highly recommend it.
Thank you. And I want to manifest financial abundance. I feel I'm missing something somewhere that I need higher beings to look into my aura and pinpoint what it is.
We would require the person to ask the question for us to be able to look into their aura. In the absence, what we would say is work on your belief system that may be blocking you from manifesting abundance, and also focusing on what excites you, what do you really want, because when you follow your excitement, it is a self-sufficient kit. It will bring the abundance that you're looking for. That's all we will say for now.
Okay. So I'm going to skip the personal questions that I know you won't be able to answer since you don't have their voice.
No, we would still urge you to ask some of them or all of them. We will decide
Sure.
if we can answer that or not.
This is Malik Mirage. I'm in my self-awareness path with the help of spiritual practices such as crystals, energy healing, working as drug testing scientist in the Gujarat government. If you can channel my important past lives and my current soul energy level in 3D or 4D. Mostly, I want to know about my important past lives and my soul energy level.
You need to understand there are no past lives like we have spoken, because there is no reincarnation. What you think as past life are parallel versions of other souls that you are connected through your aura, because there are certain themes in your life which is similar to the themes that they are experiencing, and you are connected to this specific soul which you think to be your past life, because once you learn the lesson, they also benefit. So it is mutually beneficial. And when they learn your lesson or they learn their lesson, it benefits you. So you are connected to many, many such parallel versions because you share similar themes. You are energetically connected. So that is what most of you perceive as past life. But that's not past life. Those are just other souls and other parallel realities that you're connected to. When it comes to your soul level energy, there are very few humans on earth who have, you could say, started feeling the sensation of 4D. Most of you are in 3D. We will not be able to say where you are, but we would urge you to pursue your highest excitement so that you can move to 4D, because highest excitement is equal to higher vibration, is equal to ascension, is equal to 4D or 5D, to make it more simpler for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. This is from Sophie Wiley. Specifically, my path in life, which way it should go, as for 10 years, I have been on this path of self sufficiency, but am yet to see the evidence of my hard work. Is my art the answer? And what is the point of it? Yes, life purpose. I wonder why the work I put out into the world never gets returned and I suffer internally. I guess I'm looking for instructions for my next steps to move in the direction I should. or to be told I'm completely off track? And
Two answers to that. Work on your limiting beliefs that is creating the obstructions because you are the creator of your own reality. The challenges you face are created by you. So once you are aware of the thoughts and the beliefs in your subconscious, which is creating that, you can work on it consciously. We could go in much more depth if we had the time to, but at this point, we'll stick to that only now. Other than that, what we have observed is when you pursue your highest excitement, everything becomes very easy, very simple. It will not feel like you creating something and there's nobody to appreciate. If you have a gift, there are people who want it. So when you are truly acting on your highest excitement in a way that is exciting instead of a drudgery, then you will find others who are excited to accept it. It could also be you are promoting it on the wrong platform, so you could experiment there. Now, we cannot say whether art is your highest excitement without speaking to you, but we would want you to introspect and see if that is what your highest excitement is, because the first sign that you are pursuing your highest excitement is it's going to be very easy, very, very easy and a smooth process for you. It will not be riddled with challenges because you will have had the natural skill sets you need to pursue it. That is how it is. And it will be easier to attract abundance in that path because there will be very minimal resistance unless you have some limiting beliefs. Even in that case, you will be able to overcome it because the momentum that is generated when you're doing something exciting kind of crushes the negative beliefs on its way and just moves forth.
And I'll just go ahead and finish what she wrote. I guess I'm looking for instructions for my next steps in the direction I should, or to be told I'm completely off track. I'm confused as I follow all I've learned without seeing the reality manifest after all this time. I have been through significant trauma in the past, so I don't know if this is still impacting me. I'm making sure it doesn't in my consciousness realm, but that was it. That was the end.
At this point of time, a lot of humans require what you call as therapy and coaching. And we would request you to consult such an individual to help you through this situation if you have past traumas, because they will definitely be impacting you in some way, shape, or form. So that's all we are going to say apart from the two other things we asked you to inspect. Those three should give you some guidance for now.
Okay. I'm going to end this recording and I'll continue to talk to the Arcturians. So thank you so much.
Sure.